guys, it's Tim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Monday, and that means tonight was Monday Night Raw. As far as tonight's Monday Night Raw does go, what the hell was that main event segment? That CM Punk Roman Reigns segment at the end of the show where they just talked back and forth to each other and complimented one another and talked nice? What the shit was that? I have no clue. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I thought it kind of sucked, if I'm going to be completely honest. So, yeah, that was really weird. Also, the other thing that happened today is they told us we're not getting Io and Asuka. So, Io deleted the tweet from last week where she challenged Asuka. And then tonight, they had her and Kyrie and the whole thing with Asuka and Rhea making the save, but no challenge for Mania, which is weird because the only reason they wouldn't do that match is if something on Sunday is going long or the Bellas are not going to be in the tag match and they need the Kabuki Warriors there. But Michael Cole said on Raw, hey, Nikki Bella thinks she's going to be cleared by Sunday or whatever. What day is that match on? Saturday. Women's tag, that's Saturday. So I don't know, but it looks like maybe they're going to push Asuka and Io to Backlash. With all of that, we got Luke over here with us as well. Luke, what's going on? How you been?
I've been doing all right, but since we're talking about Raw here, I'll be honest. I thought Raw was kind of up and down. Like there were some spots where I was kind of like bored with it. Then there's some spots that were good, some spots I was bored. I think it was just an up and down Raw.
Yeah, it felt very weird as being the go-home show for WrestleMania, if I'm going to be honest. Like, it felt like just another show to build up where we're going, of course, but it didn't feel like, hey, this is the last show we got to get you invested in the biggest show of the year. Like, granted, they got SmackDown on Friday, but still. Wait, Elite says, Tim, you're wrong. Bayley won her first Mania last year. Asuka need the win. First off, Bayley didn't wrestle at WrestleMania last year, you dumb shit. She was attacked and replaced by Becky. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, guy.
She won. She's won WrestleManias before. Her first WrestleMania, she won. Remember, like, it was a fatal four-way match for the Raw Women's title. She pinned Charlotte by using the flying elbow.
WrestleMania 33, Orlando, right?
That wasn't 33. Wait, was it?
Hold on.
Oh yeah, it was 30. It was 33. Yeah, you're right.
I just remember
it was 33. It was in Orlando.
The big fucking ramp. I just remember Bayley holding up the belt afterwards on the fucking big ass ramp.
Oh yeah, that was also the Mania the Hardys returned.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Bayley defeated Charlotte, Nia, Sasha. Yeah, Charlotte, Nia, and Sasha in the four-way. But yeah, no, it's just like you said, felt like a very up and down Raw. And it felt like just another show. It didn't feel like the big go home. This is the last we're going to see of most of these people before Mania. Even, I'll say it, they kind of even neutered Brock and Oba, if I'm going to be honest.
Well, I think that match even got neutered before with the new Janelle Grant stuff. Yeah.
If they cared about the Janelle Grant stuff, they wouldn't do the match at all. They wouldn't be pushing, hey, Brock on ESPN proper, opening night 2.
I think since they're probably just like, well, we already announced the match, let's do it, and then we'll put Brock into hiding.
I don't know, because Brock... Never mind. Because I have a question. I want to know if you think the same thing I think from the Brock segment at the opening of the show, but I'll wait to ask that question because I think Brock may have went off script. With all of that, though, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime. Because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games. And you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember to head over to YouTube, hit that join button, or no, subscribe button. That's when you know when we post new videos, when we post the community tab, and when we go live. Also, remember that you can hit the join button and become a channel member. As a channel member, you get access to our graphics packages, early access to our graphics tutorials, a badge next to your name, emotes and emojis you can use in the live chat, and so much more. Also, the next tutorial that I'll be doing should be coming up. Hopefully, I'll have time to get it done this week. It will be my AEW Dynasty 2026 graphics, so you'll see how I created those. Hopefully, I can get that done this week. I still got to get my goddamn taxes done today and tomorrow. I got 2 days. 2 days. But with that, also remember, you could be just like Elite Tiss here, who's resubscribed as a channel member for 24 months. With that, he also put in a little super chat with it. It says, Liv Morgan's song is ass. Oh, we're going to talk about how ass that song is when we get to it a little bit later. They say, she's a singer now. She didn't sing a fucking lick. Trust me, she didn't sing a fucking lick. Also remember, speaking of Liv Morgan, supposed to be coming to Fortnite this week with oh hell yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I can't do a good Steve Austin impression. I try, I can't do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Fortnite skin, whoever purchased that, they're a bunch of jackasses. What?
But if you guys did not see it, Fortnite did reveal the Stone Cold Steve Austin skin today on social media. He's got some sort of like sword-looking thing with chug on the end of it. I don't even know what you would call it for his pickaxe. And then I guess he's got an emote where he's got 2 cans of Slurp and he does the Stone Cold chug the beers thing. But that comes out April 16th. And if you're going to get Stone Cold Steve Austin or Liv Morgan, who we haven't seen yet in Fortnite, use our code PWU Unlimited. Again, that's PWU NLIMITED. It's right here on the screen. PWU Unlimited. PWU NLIMITED. They also just released Buzz Lightyear and Zurg in the store as well. So maybe you want to go get them. Maybe you want the new Battle Pass. You can go get Bugs Bunny out of that one. So a lot of cool things in Fortnite right now that you can go purchase. And when you get the V-Bucks to do it, PWU NLIMITED. Again, that's Pro Wrestling or PWU Unlimited. With all of
Mario.
that. Oh,
hey,
Lord.
Mario, that big old 500-pound son of a bitch, Bowser, just used all the star power and put everyone in patents. Freaking
right.
Stone Toad Steve Austin.
So, Luke, I'm going to let you dictate where we go next. Should we do since no new matches for Mania were announced tonight, should we do our Mania predictions first or talk Raw first? What do you think?
Let's talk Raw first.
All right, we'll do it.
That's what we've always done.
Yeah. We do have a couple of bit donations here from Esports Gaming Rules, though. He says, dang, I feel bad for EO. Now the WWE Universe might blame the Bella Twins and Nikki's ankle for losing a dream Joshi match between Asuka and EO at Mania. So you feel bad for EO, but not Asuka? Because here's the thing. You might say, feel bad for EO, but Asuka's going to still work the show. You might say that. But then what if all of a sudden Nikki Bella's fine to go? Then Asuka don't get to work it either. So don't say just feel bad for EO. It's just the craziest thing here is EO was considered the performer of the weekend last year. And now she's not even on this show. Also, thank you guys on Twitch for getting us to a level 1 hype train. Really do appreciate that. Keep that going. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo. We also do have Esports Gaming Rules says, going to watch WWE Hall of Fame ceremony to see Stephanie McMahon's speech. Do you see at WrestleMania 42 Vegas week and the event, what? The event itself, Shane McMahon return, or maybe for the IWC sake, Vince return. Well, Vince, I don't think Vince will be there. I think there is like the slimmest of slimmest. I think it's less than a 1% chance Vince is at the Hall of Fame for Stephanie. I don't think they would bring him back. I don't think if he's there, if God forbid Vince is there, he's there backstage, hidden in a room for moral support. But there's going to be like nobody knowing that he's there. In my opinion, I think that's how it would go. But I don't see Vince being there. Shane and his wife, sure, I could see them being there for Stephanie. You see the new Stephanie McMahon championship belts.
Yeah, I saw them. I think the only people that would buy them are like those hardcore belt collectors.
They're like, oh, I need every belt. I need every $900 belt.
Have you seen those like TikToks of people with their like a room where it's like nothing but title belts?
Yes, weird. Well, I want to know what they do for a living. I want to know what job.
Yeah,
I want to know
know.
what job they have where they can spend that kind of money.
It's like every belt, every like brief Money in the Bank briefcase, every like mini championship belt.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Stephanie going in the Hall of Fame. They gave her some special belts, 2 belts, a legacy belt, and then just a regular Hall of Fame belt. So I don't think they've done the Hall of Fame belt for anybody else this year. So that kind of confirms Stephanie's
They
the
did
headliner.
the AJ Styles 10th anniversary belt. They did that.
Yes, I did see that. Did you see the CM Punk Roman Reigns commemorative belt for WrestleMania?
It actually looks kind of cool.
A little bit, yeah. And then I think that's like all the new stuff.
I think they did a Rey Mysterio like Hall of Fame belt.
Oh, and he went in?
Right.
I believe so.
Who was the headliner last year?
Last year was Triple H.
Oh yeah, they did Triple H ones.
Well, they've had Triple H belts before.
But they did one for they did 3 different versions of a Triple H belt.
I'm looking it up. You see
last
the
year.
See the AJ belt, I'm looking at it here. It's just the regular WWE championship and a bunch of like stars on it, and then the back says phenomenal.
It's the P1. It's the P1 logos all over it. The
On the
stars
back.
and the P1 logo.
Well, not even the P1 logo is just on the back of the strap on the back, and then it says 2026.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got a bunch of different random ass belts. That's weird. I clicked title belts, and it comes up with the Finn Balor Demonito puppet. That's weird. Anyways, we also do have another bit donation here from Source Gaming Rules. He says, what do you think of Tony Khan's comments in the media scrum about Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling having a show in the same weekend as AEW Dynasty, but not having Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling stars in AEW Dynasty? It looks like anyways, I didn't hear those comments. I didn't watch the scrum because while he was doing his scrum, I was reviewing the show on YouTube. So I feel bad that I can't answer your super chat here or your bit donation, but I have no clue what you're talking about. I didn't hear anything. And even when we went to, because FRW Online really usually does a really good job at recapping the scrums. So at the end of the live stream last night, we went to them to get a recap of the scrum. Didn't mention anything about Tokyo Joshi Pro. So obviously most people probably thought it wasn't a big deal that he said anything or whatever. Because I didn't see, you're the first person that I've had see post or ask anything about it. Like I haven't seen a single person say anything about Tony made comments about Tokyo Joshi Pro or TJP Wrestling. I think it's Tokyo Joshi Pro, but yeah, I don't know. And he says, do you see them possibly having a partnership with WWE? No. And then Muscle Man 85 as a bit donation. He says, did you guys see the overpriced WrestleMania merch WWE released? And also, what are your thoughts on the rumored backlash match of Randy Orton and Pat McAfee versus Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll? So, if you're talking about overpriced WrestleMania merch, yeah, that was going to happen. But let me see if I can find this on Twitter real fast. Go for it. I
think the overpriced merch they're talking about, they have like a $350 WrestleMania poker set, which honestly looks just like a regular poker set to me.
I saw that.
For like $350. I'm like, who would pay that? They had the same thing last year as well, which the one last year actually looked kind of cool, but I wouldn't pay that kind of money just for a poker set.
So, if you want cheap WWE merch in Vegas, go to the Walmart by the airport. They've got $12 shirts. They've got Cody shirts. They've got the WrestleMania logo shirt. They've got here. I'll just pull this up from Twitter real fast. So this is I just did the wrong thing. Hold on, give me 1 second. Why is that not working? It won't switch screens to share it. Here we go. This says, if you're coming to Vegas, there are WWE shirts at Walmart by the airport for $12.97. We got this one here. The WrestleMania logo. You see a Cody Rhodes shirt back there. A Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? Roman Reigns. Original Tribal Chief with the 1 on it. And then Chicago made Best in the World CM Punk shirt. So if you're in Vegas, you need some cheap shirts. You want some cheap WWE merch? They got them at Walmart. I haven't seen WWE shirts at Walmart in a while. But this person here says, this is the Walmart on Eastern. He says, yes. And this person says, is it far from the airport? Nah. Walmart coming in clutch. So, yeah. Go to Walmart if you're in Vegas and you don't want to spend WWE shop prices for a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. They also asked, what are your thoughts on the rumored backlash match of Randy and Pat versus Cody and Jelly Roll?
You want to go? Take that one first? Because I have a thought.
I do too.
Go for it.
I don't think it's needed.
Oh.
I don't think it's needed.
Well, here's my thought. I think basically, and of course it's just a rumor right now, just a rumor, but I think knowing that leak, I guess you would call it, tells us Randy's winning the belt. Randy's beating Cody. Because if you heard what Pat keeps saying about if Randy doesn't win.
What?
Pat has said multiple times now. He posted a video right after that first appearance. Then he told Cody on Friday SmackDown, if Randy Orton does not win the title, you'll never see me back here in wrestling again. So if Pat's going to work Backlash, then either he's a heel lying or Randy's winning the belt at WrestleMania. We're getting the fucking same story with Cody we did last year with John Cena.
John Cena trying to ruin wrestling. Randy Orton's going to ruin wrestling.
No. Randy Orton's going to save wrestling, according to Pat McAfee. You want to know something about Randy Orton needing to save wrestling? You know how...
Why?
Remember when Jericho came back with the short hair?
In like 2007?
Yeah. You remember what his gimmick was when he first came back?
Trying to save wrestling.
From who? Randy Keith Orton. He interrupts Orton and says, I need to save wrestling from you, Randy Orton. And now Randy Orton needs to save wrestling. What's old is new again. What's old is new again.
Well, I always thought regardless, Randy was going to win the belt anyway because they want him to have that 15th world title.
So he's not tied with Triple H?
Nah.
Because right now he's tied with Triple H at 14.
I think they have him go 15.
I do too. And you see Ric Flair's tweet last week? Where he got all mad because WWE wouldn't let him be in the Roots of Fire merch deal or whatever. So
isn't he still signed with AEW?
Yes. And I guess, so I don't know exactly what would happen, but like there's this merch company called Roots of Fire, I think, or Roots of Fight. And like they work with like different athletes or whatever, and they create merch and sell it for them. Well, Ric Flair was part of this, and then all of a sudden WWE just said, we don't want you part of this anymore. And so Rick went on this big, long rant and was like, I'm a 21-time champion, but I played your narrative up with only 16 championships because that's what you wanted, and da-da-da. And then the next day, Ric Flair goes, I apologize. I'm sorry. I sent that tweet. I shouldn't have sent it or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck? But he went off on,
I probably realized, oh, yeah, I'm still signed with AEW.
But it's funny that he went on the rant saying, I'm really a 21-time champion, but I kept up the 16-time deal because that's what they wanted. And da-da-da. Like, if you really go back and look at it, Rick's really a 21-time world champion.
Yeah.
And we also have a super chat from Jack Dawson. Thank you for that one. He says, keep up the good work, Tim, along with Luke. Raw was exactly up and down. Plus, with 14 matches added, what predictions you got winning this weekend at Mania? Well, it's not 14. It's only 13 matches because we did not get Io and Asuka, unless that got announced since we've been live, which I don't think. I can go look really fast, but I haven't seen anything about Asuka and Io getting announced. Let's go to WWE's Twitter really fast. Yeah, we only have 13 matches because they're not doing Asuka and Io. So we'll give our predictions at the end here after we talk Raw. And we also have one more bit donation from Esports Gaming Rules. He says, do you see a, quote, major announcement by WWE of WrestleMania 43 moving from Riyadh to another city like Indy, New Orleans, or even London during countdown show of WrestleMania 42 Vegas? No. I think we're going to stick with goddamn Saudi Arabia, which I don't care either way, but hey, that just means that I get to watch an early morning WrestleMania, and then I get to review it in the middle of the day and have my whole Saturday, Sunday night for whatever else I want to do. Honestly.
Wait, Mania's during the day?
Well, next year when they're in Saudi.
Oh.
Because the Saudi shows are always, for us, early.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, next year is Saudi. So it's like, hey, honestly, I like when they do these overseas shows, no matter where it is, because then we get to watch them earlier. It's back to what I loved about being on the West Coast, where shows would end early for me. I wasn't up at midnight with the fucking AEW show just barely ending, like last night. But with all of that, go for it. Go for it.
This comment on YouTube caught my attention.
Go for it.
So this person said, what if WWE brought back Matt Riddle and did a heel RK Bro with Pat McAfee, with Matt doing the story of WWE fired me, but Randy brought me back?
Dude, I actually really like that. I actually really like that. Because Pat fits.
It would make a lot of sense.
And Pat fits kind of well with that. Pat and McAfee.
It fits really well.
As bros.
Yep. I mean, okay, I will say this. It makes so much sense, but it's not going to happen.
Probably not. Chucky says WWE screwed Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle screwed Matt Riddle. He lied to them on a couple things. Didn't he fail a drug test? Or two?
Well, yeah, failed a drug test because he was doing cocaine in WWE.
Yeah. So
he openly admitted that in a podcast, saying that he did cocaine, which led to him getting suspended.
Yep. So WWE didn't screw him. He screwed him. It's just like Vince said, Brett screwed Brett, Matt screwed Matt.
Brett screwed Brett.
That's what, you never heard that? You've never heard Vince say Brett screwed Brett?
No.
You don't know that's the main story of the Montreal screw job, where Vince said Brett screwed Brett because Brett wouldn't play ball. Brett didn't want to lose in Montreal, so they had to screw him out of the belt, and it was his own fault because Brett wasn't going to lose. Literally, so the whole story of the Montreal screw job was that Bret Hart didn't like Shawn Michaels, but he was leaving to go to WCW, and Vince said, you got to drop the belt. Well, Brett said, I won't lose in Montreal. Because Brett's contract gave him creative control. Like, it was the first and only person Vince ever gave that to. Hogan may have had some kind of creative control, but literally, Brett's contract said he had creative control in a goddamn Vince ripped him off 20-year contract. Anyways, so like he told Vince, I don't like Shawn, but I'll drop the title to him on Raw the next night or the next week or something. But I'm not losing in Montreal. Not my hometown. Not the last big pay-per-view for WWE that I'm going to be on. Da, 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 da. And so basically Vince was like, fuck, no, we're getting that title off of him, even if we got to do it in a nefarious way. And so they did the screw job. And then Vince went on Raw and said, Brett screwed Brett because Brett forced my hand into making me do that. So yeah, that's the whole Brett screwed Brett. The funny story is, and I don't know if it's true or not, is they were all in a hotel room the night before. It was Vince, Triple H, Shawn, I think Pat Patterson was maybe there, maybe Gerald Briscoe, and they were all going over how they're going to screw Brett. And it was like, there's like a story where I think it was like Pat or Briscoe was trying to show Shawn how to do the sharpshooter right, and then how they were going to, as soon as he had it on, he put it on in a certain way, and then they're going to call for the belt. It was a whole thing. There's like a funny story. But yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah. I don't really know much about the 90s. I really don't. I mean, I know a little bit of like the 2000s. And I know like early 2010s, but I don't know much about the 90s.
Yeah. Bret had great. Go for it.
I remember in the 2000s when Paul Heyman left WWE due to creative differences.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
Yep.
Was it because he just didn't like what they were doing with ECW?
It was a whole bunch of stuff. I don't remember exactly what, but it was just he had his production company. He had other opportunities that he was able to go do. He worked with UFC as well for like some of their video package stuff and helping try to teach guys. Basically, when Brock was in UFC, Paul I don't even know if he was getting paid to do this, worked with UFC and was like helping younger guys learn how to like promote themselves and stuff. I don't even know if he was getting paid for that, but then he had his production company as well, Looking for Larry, I think is what it's called. But yeah, it's a whole thing. It was a whole thing, and then they wanted to bring Brock back, and then they brought Paul back. Speaking of Paul Triple H Levesque was in the ring with Adam Pearce to kick off the show tonight. He stood in the ring, and Adam Pearce said, "Hey, we got less than a week for Mania. We need to get this contract signed." And I'm like, why? What other? Hear me out here. We've got 13 matches announced for WrestleMania, and only one other match they've done the contract needs to be signed, which was Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Every other match, they didn't do a contract signing. So they're telling us one of two things. Either we really don't need to have these contracts signed, or everybody else respectfully sign theirs backstage. For some reason, they can't get these two to do. I don't know. That's why I'm not a big contract sign. Unless there's like specific steps that the wrestlers are asking for. Like when we did the Drew Cody 3 Stages of Hell. They needed a contract signing for that because Drew wanted specific details in the contract that Cody had to agree to. That makes sense. Stuff like that. But it's like when you just got two guys wanting to go beat the shit out of each other and they're both, they're going to show up on Sunday for the match. Why do you need a fucking contract? You think Brock's going to stay in Canada and not go to Vegas or something? So you want him obligated to be there? I don't fucking get it. Or like when the one that always gets me is when someone wins the Elimination Chamber or the Royal Rumble. And it's like they automatically already got the title match. Why do we need a contract signing to make it official? I thought it was official when they won the number one contendership. Anyways, I'm nitpicking. Triple H and Adam Pearce are there. Go for it.
I've never been a big fan of the whole contract signing thing. I'm like, especially with like a number one contender thing. Like let's say it's I'm just spitballing names. Oba versus like Gunther. Winner faces CM Punk for the world title. Whoever wins, I mean, you're already guaranteed a title match. Why do we need a contract signing?
Exactly.
They're just doing them just to like for like just some words back and forth.
That was like a couple weeks ago in AEW. It was Swerve versus Omega. Winner gets MJF for the title at Dynasty. Like it's no more contender match. Winner gets the title match. MJF even said it. Winner faces me. But then they had to do Kenny versus Max in a contract signing. Like what? Anyways, moving forward. So they're there. Heyman then comes out. Basically, they said, we want this contract signed. These two can't be in the same ring at the same time, so we're going to come out one at a time. Heyman then comes out. Heyman said it might as well be a Nigerian death warrant. Listener. So I think Brock went off script here, is what it felt like to me, because Heyman's talking, and the crowd's chanting, Oba, Oba, and then Brock literally rips the microphone out of Heyman's hand. Heyman, unless he's just this great actor, had the look on his face like, what the fuck are you doing, Brock? And Brock goes, when I'm done with him this weekend, you're not going to remember his name to chant. And he smacks it back into Paul's chest or whatever. I think he may have went off script there. I don't know that for sure. But like Heyman's reaction to Brock grabbing the mic from him made me feel like, oh, that may not have been a planned spot. Anyways, Heyman then gave us a spoiler for the real WrestleMania main event. Lesnar would win. Femi would lose. Brock then signed the contract. Old cowboy Brock. And we didn't see him for the rest of the night. We saw Heyman again, but not Brock. So after all this, they were showing some stuff with IShowSpeed and the Vision. Basically, they were helping train IShowSpeed, even though this man had been trained for a day or so by Randy Orton already. So anyways, Speed was in doubt saying, hey, I'm not a wrestler, but my first match is at WrestleMania. What the heck? And Logan Paul's like, it doesn't matter if you're not a wrestler. We gotta get you ready for this match. And I noticed here, Logan Paul's getting pretty jacked. You notice that? Like he's getting he's getting big. Like he's not like big muscle man, but he's got like his arms, you could tell, are double the size. His chest is more protruding a little bit. Like he's putting in the work to get that body right. He wants to be he wants to be a body guy now. Hopefully, putting on more muscle like this though doesn't hinder him when he tries to do some of his like springboard and flying moves though, because they always say you add muscle, it slows you down. Anyways, they did a little training thing, and there was not much to it. During a commercial break, Michael Cole then said Wrestlemania was all about the moments. Then they had Giannis talk about his favorite Wrestlemania moment was Brock beating Undertaker's streak. Also,
it should have been somebody else instead of Brock. I know I've said it multiple times. Yeah. It should have been someone else. Also, did you ever? I'm sure you have, but like, have you heard the story from like multiple people how like Vince originally wanted Edge to break it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because like Ed, they were talking to Edge, and they told Edge like, "Well, what do you think?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "What do you think about breaking the streak?" And Edge was like, "Absolutely not."
Right? Yeah, I remember.
He's
that.
like, "I'm already a made man. Like, put it on someone who actually needs it."
And then they did it with Brock, who didn't need it.
Well, because after Edge, his Undertaker's opponents were always either Shawn Michaels or Triple H at Mania.
Well, yeah, so you had
they did Shawn Michaels twice in a row.
And Triple H twice in a row.
I thought they did Triple H. Yeah, they did Triple H twice in a row. Because Triple H was trying to like avenge Shawn Michaels.
Right. So technically Triple H faced Triple H faced Undertaker 3 times at Mania, but the first one was 17, and then he had the other 2 that were back to back with the regular match and the Hell in a Cell and all that.
So, yeah, Shawn Michaels was the referee.
Yep. So yeah. Also, you want to talk about how dumb?
Honestly,
go for it.
Honestly, what if Punk broke it? Do you think Punk could have been a good choice to break it?
Yeah. You hear what Punk said about WrestleMania and so Punk did an interview and said, if I main evented Mania during my first run with this company, I probably wouldn't have came back. He said, I probably wouldn't have had a need. I would have accomplished the only thing I hadn't accomplished already. He's like, the only reason I came back was because I hadn't main evented a Mania, and that was the one big thing I wanted to do. So yeah, if Vince would have had Punk main event a Mania, probably wouldn't be in WWE right now. According to him, there's a good chance he wouldn't be.
He probably would have been retired by now.
Well,
I mean, good chance.
Who knows? Who knows what would have happened? There's still probably a good chance he leaves in 2014, but does he come back and go to AEW and all that? We know Punk only went to AEW because Vince wouldn't bring him back to WWE. And he thought, I'll go here for a little bit, and then they'll see my popularity and bring me back. Well, it worked.
I've never really heard of a top guy who's actually never mind.
I'll say it.
I've never heard of a guy who's been WWE who's ever said I'd rather go to AEW than WWE. I mean there has been actually.
Well, I mean, there's been people that have left WWE for AEW. You could say Moxley, but he didn't leave for AEW.
He wanted to leave WWE in general.
Yeah, he just wanted out of that company. And it was just fortuitous that AEW was starting right then. They had already done the 2 little rally things to announce when their first show was, and then boom.
Well, he really wanted to leave WWE because I think he really wanted to do some matches in New Japan.
Well, that, and he just wanted more freedom to not be doing goofy shit because he felt like Vince was having him just do goofy shit. So that was the whole thing.
I like Dean Ambrose as a comedy character. I think a lot of people did.
It was hit and miss for me. I thought he was a great wrestler, still a great wrestler, but he wanted to bleed, and Vince wasn't going to let him bleed.
Now he's bleeding too much, and it doesn't mean anything.
Hey, he's toned it down some. I will say that. He has toned it down some. Before, it was like every single match within 2 minutes, he was busted open. So, ooh, my eye is like something in my eye. Anyways, you want to talk about how fucking stupid Michael Cole is? You know how dumb Michael Bailey is right to call this man a stupid idiot.
Yeah, I saw your tweet.
They promoted how Bubba Wallace ran the Wrestlemania car, which was actually a sponsorship deal with Chumba Casino. And he said, Bubba Wallace, the driver of the 23XI car. No, it is not 23XI. You, as Bailey would say, stupid idiot. It is 2311 Racing. 2, 3, and then XI, Roman numerals for 11, Racing. Bubba Wallace drives the number 23 car for 2311 Racing. Yesterday in Bristol, he did run a WrestleMania car, finished 11th, ran 5th to 12th all day. Not bad. But, yeah, fucking dumbass Michael Cole over here. Oh, the Bubba Wallace in the 23XI car. No, it's not a 23XI, you fucking dumbass. Anyways, I had to get that off my chest because, yeah, you disrespect NASCAR, you stupid Michael Cole.
I've tried. I will say I've tried to get a NASCAR.
You want to talk about sports and Michael Cole? Fuck the Jets. Michael Cole loves the Jets. The Jets suck. Fuck the Jets, Michael Cole. Anyways, what were you saying? Try to get into NASCAR?
I've tried. I couldn't get into it.
Greatest sport in the world. Greatest sport in the world. If you know, you know. You need to be taught on what it actually is. Because everyone, and I'm just going to say this, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Everyone just thinks it's people getting in a car and you just drive around the track. It's so much more than that. Because it is about, you know, A, having the car set up properly for your driving style and for that track that week. B, working as a team with all the different things as far as crew chief and the driver, the spotter and the driver, the pit crew and the crew chief and the pit crew and the crew. I'll just say, you got to be a fully well-oiled machine team. People don't think NASCAR is a team sport, but it is more of a team sport than you would ever know. And that almost screwed Ryan Blaney yesterday 3 times because his pit crew kept having bad pit stops, which I wish they would have had one more bad pit stop because it could have helped me. But anyways, yeah, no, NASCAR, there's way more to NASCAR than anybody really, than most understand. You just think, oh, I could jump in a car and drive it like that. And no, you can't. No. Most of the people that are doing this and that drive in NASCAR have been doing it since they were kids, and they got like 10, 15 years experience before they even make it to NASCAR. Well, maybe not 15, but close to 10 before they even make it to NASCAR because they've been driving since they're like 8, 9, 10 years old. It's way more of a thing than most people realize. Anyways, first match of the night. Oh, actually, hold on. We saw the first glimpse of the WrestleMania stage. I'm gonna pull that up.
Yeah, they finally started. Yeah, they finally started it after Bruno Mars concert.
Yep, they had to start last night. Like I think they started bringing stuff in last night, and then whoa, that was loud. Started bringing stuff in last night and setting it up today. I think the stage. So everyone's like, "Oh, they're just gonna use the same stage as last year." I don't think so. From what we saw, I think we're getting that Mad Max looking stage. I'm gonna pull this up here on the screen. Let's do this. Let's do this. So this is what we've got right now as far as what they showed us for the WrestleMania stage. I haven't seen any leaks. I've been looking all day on all the different things that I use to look and find them. But this is what we've seen so far. So we've got this image here. They posted a whole video, but these are like the only 2 things you really look at. So they got this, which kind of looks like, if you look at the Mania graphics for night 1, the railings on like the side of like that Mad Max looking graphics that they've got, then they lifted this up high on top of something. I don't know what. And then we also have, well, this right here. So they lifted it up here like it's at the top of something. So I'll keep an eye out for if anything leaks and post it for you guys and whatnot. So we'll see how it all does go. But Stage is underway.
I'm sure by Friday they'll
done.
release the video of the WrestleMania stage reveal.
But I'm just saying, usually it gets leaked out and we see images and stuff throughout the week. So
yeah,
last year they were able to start, I want to say 8 or 9 days out. And they basically got the whole lighting rig thing that went above the ring set. Then they had to pause for like a day or two because there was an event in Allegiant Stadium. And then they were able to continue. So they'll get it done. People were like, they don't have enough time. They'll get it done. They'll be fine. They knew how much time they had, and they got it going. They're good. So honestly, it looks like they're farther along than I would have expected at this point. And maybe they started yesterday morning instead of last night, but regardless, and who knows, maybe some of the setup from the Bruno Mars concert they were able to use, like some of like the bass of his stage or something. I don't know. But moving forward, our first match of the night was Charlotte Flair versus Lyra Valkyria. Not much to this match. Flair had control early on as we went to a commercial break about a minute or two in. At one point, Flair hit a moonsault for a near fall before Valkyria hit a fisherman suplex for a 2. Flair then chucked Valkyria outside of the ring, knocking over Bayley in the process. Back in the ring, Flair rolled up Valkyria, but Bayley tripped up Flair. Valkyria then managed to fall backwards, basically on top of Charlotte, and pin her 1, 2, 3. Get that, what the hell kind of finish? Like, where'd that come from? So, Lyra beats Charlotte in a forgettable match, in my opinion. What'd you think?
It was kind of forgettable. Also, someone asked, do you think Mox could return to WWE in the near future? WWE needs to put the Shield in the Hall of Fame.
No.
I don't think Mox is ever going to return to WWE to wrestle.
I can maybe see if they... I don't even know if they were to like put the Shield in the Hall of Fame, I could see him doing that. I don't think he'll ever be back to wrestle, though. No.
Oh, do you think they'd put him in the Hall of Fame as a singles guy?
Probably not. I'm going to be honest. Probably not. Just because...
I mean...
I just feel like because... yes, he's a former WWE champion. But a lot of guys are former WWE champions that I don't think go in the Hall of Fame.
Like who?
Bobby Lashley.
Jack Swagger.
Yeah, there's another one, yeah.
Bobby Lashley could go in the Hall of Fame. I could see that one.
You see what Jake Hager's doing now?
He owns a truck company.
No. I mean, as far as like sports goes.
What?
This fucker's in fucking Power Slap.
What's that?
You don't know what Power Slap is? Dana White's Power Slap? Where they stand at the pedestal and they 1.
Oh,
2,
yeah, that one.
Boom! Slap it to fucking Jake Hager's in there. He's going to take on Roy Nelson this weekend, I think it is.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Man about to get his... If he's fighting Roy Nelson or doing it... If his opponent's really Roy Nelson, oh, he's going to get his fucking jaw broke. Roy Nelson's a big boy. I saw a poster for it that was completely AI made. Like, it didn't even look like Jake Hager because the AI was shit. Power Slap's wild. Wild.
No, you don't think that WWE puts Bobby Lashley in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, there's a chance because Kamala's in the Hall of Fame. But it's like, I don't know if he was a slam dunk. Maybe it's we need somebody 1 year and we just can't think of anybody.
They put RVD in the Hall of Fame. I mean, Bobby Lashley, I thought he had a decent career. And
RVD had a way bigger career than Bobby Lashley. I mean, RVD for one was like the face of ECW.
Oh yeah, but Bobby Lashley also did the Battle of Billionaires thing, which was a pretty big deal back then.
Yeah.
The stuff he did like recently though in WWE when he returned. I mean, I wouldn't say it wasn't great, but it was decent.
So I'm looking at the list of all former WWE champions, and I'm trying to see who hasn't gone in yet. We got The Rock.
Del Rio.
Del Rio won't. Yeah, man will not.
I don't think WWE wants anything to do with him right now.
No. So we've got Rock.
Rock will for sure be in.
Eventually.
They're just kind of just waiting.
Sid's going in this year, but it's a legacy. Not even like his family doesn't get to give a speech because it's a legacy, which is very weird that you're putting Psycho Sid in the legacy wing. To me, that's just odd.
Why don't they want to put him in as a regular Hall of Fame?
I don't know, but his son said that it's a legacy induction, and Michael Cole said it on Raw tonight, so they don't get to give a speech. Which they should have done it regular, because if his son Frank Udy would be the one to give the speech, his son Frank's great. Former Big Brother competitor. Big Show is not in the Hall of Fame yet. Oh, Paul White.
He will.
Yeah, he will for sure. Going through the list. Jericho's not yet. He will. Brock not yet. He will. Eddie is. JBL is. Cena will eventually.
Oh, another one that obviously won't happen. Chris Benoit, for obvious reasons.
Technically, he was World Heavyweight Champion, not WWE Champion.
Well, that's the same thing.
I know. Jeff Hardy will eventually. Batista was supposed to, but it hasn't yet. Sheamus will eventually. Miz, of course, will eventually. Punk eventually will. Ray is. Alberto won't.
Ray's already in.
Yeah. Alberto won't. Oh, here's one. Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan.
He will.
You think he'll do it?
Yeah, one of the biggest WrestleMania wins of all time.
He's also like buddy, best friends Tony Khan.
Who cares? You put him in. Do you know how big of a deal the Yes Movement was in 2014 whenever he won the world title at Mania?
Yes.
Like, and you're telling me they're not going to put him in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, they should. I'm just saying, you think he would accept it and do it? Because he said it before. He said it before. I'm not a big accolades guy. Like, I got to do a lot of cool things in my career. I just wanted to go out there and wrestle. That's what he said. Let's see. Seth will, Roman will, Ambrose.
I mean,
maybe. As part of the Shield, yes. As is on his own, maybe. AJ's going in this year. Bray Wyatt's one that I'm surprised isn't in yet.
Well, I think the family just
not ready.
They want to rush it. They're kind of not ready for it.
I gotcha. Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, he won't.
Kofi will eventually as part of the New Day.
Well, I think Kofi could go in on his own as well.
Maybe. That's another maybe for me on his own. New Day, 100%. Like without a doubt.
You think Big E could ever go on his own?
Probably not. I think he's one that's got to be the New Day. Woods for sure. He's the only going in as a New Day.
Yeah, Woods for sure.
Then we got Drew will be in there eventually. Bobby Lashley is on my maybe list. Cody will eventually, and that's a lot less guys that have been champion than I thought. But also,
Finn Balor.
He was Universal Champion. I think he'll go in.
Same thing. He'll go in on his own.
Let me see. Now let's go. I'm going to do this really fast. I know we're like, let's see, former world champions real fast. I want the other fucking belt. Like no fucking Wikipedia. I don't want that belt. I want this belt.
Oh yeah, I also forgot about.
Oh, here we go.
As far as world heavyweight champion,
Great Khali.
Great Khali's in.
Is he? Oh, he did. It was a COVID year, wasn't he?
Yeah, his was COVID year.
Yeah,
I think his was more like we need to put somebody in. Let's put in Khali.
I forgot about that. Jericho will, Cena will, Punk and Hardy will, Jack Swagger won't. I'm just gonna say right now, won't. Dolph Ziggler. I think he eventually goes in.
He eventually will. I mean, I don't think there's no reason not to. I mean, honestly, I'll say this about Ziggler. He was somebody that Vince really screwed up on because there was at one point he was getting bigger chance than Cena.
Yeah. You think Christian eventually by himself, or it's got to be Christian, Edge, and Christian?
I think Christian could go in by himself. I mean, it's not going to be anytime soon, but I will say, I don't know if he would accept it though. That's the thing.
Christian?
Yeah.
I think he would. As long as he's not with AEW, of course.
Also, I thought Christian's best moments was outside WWE.
Oh, Christian's best stuff is when he was in TNA. When Christian was in TNA, he was my favorite wrestler at the time. When he went to TNA, after he left after that Cyber Sunday show or whatever it was, maybe it was a Taboo Tuesday, I can't remember. But when he showed up in TNA and all the stuff he did there where he was champion and never technically got beat for the belt and two-time champion that never lost the belt. Yeah, whole thing. Anyways, back to Raw.
Well, what was another what Ziggler? I think Ziggler will.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else.
Well, I just went through all the WWE and World Heavyweight Champions. There's actually less than I thought there would have been more guys, but there's actually less than I thought. MFTs confronted LA Knight and the Usos backstage. So Cole couldn't believe that Jimmy and Jay were hanging out with this guy. Knight challenged.
No Tama Tonga.
Well, he shows up later. Remember, he shows up later at the end and during the match, whatever. End of the match. LA Knight challenged any three of them. Basically, they're going to smack them and factory reset them. Then during the commercial, Intercontinental Champion Penta came out just to plug that, hey, I'm in a ladder match at Mania. It's going to be great. We're going to be in a war. And then plugged the upcoming Hogan documentary on Netflix. One that comes out on, I want to say, April 22nd, which has got Hulk Hogan's last ever interview. Then Stephanie Vaquer came out. Stephanie Vaquer comes down to the ring with Kathy Kelly in the ring to interview her. Vaquer was about to speak, but all of a sudden Liv Morgan showed up, knocked her over, bumped her right into Kathy Kelly. I don't know if Kathy was actually like selling, but Kathy grabbed her head and was like, looked like she was in pain. So they get pulled apart. They try to keep brawling. Officials break them up. Vaquer is out of the ring. Liv grabs the mic and says, and I quote, I knew your mother was trash, but I didn't know she raised a little bitch. Stephanie gets all pissed off, jumps back into the ring. They brawl. They get separated again. And Liv's yelling, come on, let's go, let's go. She's being held back. Her shirt says, I love trouble, because her new shitty song is called Trouble. What'd you think of the segment?
That song sucks.
All right, let's talk about it now. What'd you think of the segment, though?
I mean, the segment was good.
Yeah. It had fire and heat, as they would say. Now, WWE showed off. We saw it actually earlier in the day on social media. They teased it last week. Liv Morgan's a pop singer now, I guess you would say. She's got a song that debuted today. Oh my God, this fucking song is called Trouble. There's a music video for it. Her and Raquel are in the video. She's dancing in the video, and she's not singing. Most of this is her talking the words of the song, and then there is very, very noticeable auto-tune over all of it, to the point where they even use there's a type of auto-tune that they used to make it sound like she's singing the chorus when she's obviously still just speaking the words, not singing. This all sucked. The song, I mean, it sounded decently written, but to me, all I can get it was she's not singing. She's not actually singing. And this is not, oh, Liv Morgan's a singer now. No, she's not. He's a recording artist now. No. Anybody can go out there with that level of auto-tune and try to put something out, to the fact of, I didn't even think it sounded good anyways, even with the auto-tune over it. So, what did you think?
Song sucked. She's another one of those like wrestlers that they're trying to make into a pop star. I remember like, didn't Naomi have a few songs?
Oh, I don't remember.
Hang on, I know Naomi like had a music video one time, and I remember they aired it on Total Divas one time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this song's awesome."
Well, I know like TKO wants to push Liv big. They got her in a movie. Now they got her doing music. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh yeah, it's the Dance All Night music video by Naomi.
Oh, I do remember that now. Now that you say the name of it.
That was like 11 years ago.
Now that you say Dance All Night, I remember now. Also, Liv over here doing her little strip tease dance. I was like, what is she? Kelly? Jackie,
Oh, the ECW strip teases.
you didn't catch my joke there, did you?
What, the Kelly strip teases that she did in AEW?
No, I did.
No, AECW.
Well, but I did the Santino Kelly joke, or because she had the two Kellys in her name. Santino would always say Kelly. He'd say a third one.
I remember the Manimal, Batista, John Cena.
I shoot lasers out of my arms like I'm Batista's. Trust me,
I shoot lasers out of my arms like I'm 11 years old.
Me and my buddy used to just sit there and watch all the best Santino jokes on repeat on YouTube. Like there was the compilation videos. We'd just sit there as we're playing like Madden or NBA 2K with Santino stuff going off in the background because it's just the funniest shit ever.
The Honky Tonk Man.
The greatest intercontinental champions of all the times. Why do you think I say WrestleMania the way I do? Wrestlemania. That's how you say Wrestlemania.
You think Santino would ever make it into the Hall of Fame?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Just as a comedy wrestler?
I can maybe see it. I mean, if Khali's in there, you got to put Santino.
I could totally see them sign like a Legends deal and then putting him in the game.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't, but I don't know. He does
Well,
work
probably because
TNA.
he's doing stuff at.
Well, they work with TNA.
Well, he
so
signed with TNA, and then like I remember when he debuted in TNA as Santino Morale, they like the reason why he was allowed to use it because like WWE dropped the trademark.
Yep. So no, Santino's great. I love John Cena, Rey Mysterio. No, I could watch those. Or the one where he did the rap. My name's Santino and I like to rap. And then he had fucking like Beth there and they were trying to rap or whatever. Yeah, no, that shit was great.
Remember
What did he say?
he said Vladimir.
Fuck, he said something about like William Regal in that rap. Man, now it's gonna bug me that I can't remember. Call me William Regal.
Remember him being in that tag team with Vladimir Kozlov?
You know the Tea Party?
The Tea Party and the dance off
with the Sheamus. The Sheamus.
They said Sheamus did an interview where he's saying he was trying so hard not to laugh during that Tea Party.
Also, that tells you how long fucking Sheamus has been around for. When he
debuted in like 2009, I think.
Yeah, when he was getting made fun of by Santino, you go, fuck, Sheamus has been around forever.
No, I remember like he debuted in 2009 and he beat Cena his first year on the main roster.
It was like his first match, main roster match or whatever. It was one of.
It was one of his. No, his first main roster match. He wrestled in ECW.
Well, that's the saying. Raw or SmackDown, I guess you would say. Was that a tables match where he pushed him off the ropes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
he lost the belts at Elimination Chamber months later. Then he faced Triple H at WrestleMania 26. That was a match I forgot about.
Right.
Sheamus versus Triple H.
I knew they did the Mania match. I couldn't have told you which Mania that was.
It was 26. I mean, that was honestly a good Mania, I thought.
Arizona. Yep, that was a good Mania. That was Arizona.
They did Cena versus Batista for the WWE Championship.
That was Sean Taker 2.
Sean Taker 2 was the main event.
Yep. That's where Sean
what
retired.
They do for the world? The world title match was Jericho defending against Edge when Edge won the Royal Rumble, and they had Edge lose. That made no sense.
That was weird.
That one, I thought what they did with Edge that year was weird because he won the Rumble after he returned. Well, he returned at the Rumble and won. Lost to Chris Jericho. Then a month later, like a few weeks later, he turned heel on Randy and faced Randy over the limit.
That was Punk Ray, right?
Yeah, Punk Ray.
And I'm trying to think. Was that the triple threat with Legacy?
Yeah, that was Ted DiBiase's only Mania.
That show also had Brett versus Vince.
Yeah, well, that was Vince that challenged him. He's like, what was the story behind that? Vince like challenged Brett, but I can't remember why.
I don't remember, but I know it was no holds barred lumberjack match with the Hart family as lumberjacks, and Bruce Hart was the referee.
Then Brett became Raw general manager after that.
And that's where Swagger won his Money in the Bank.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember like Brett becoming Raw general manager after that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Jesus
And then
freaking Christ.
No, because I think that was like during the time where like WWE brought Brett back and they were gonna have Brett do more stuff with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was Raw general manager. Then I guess they wrote him off television because he got attacked by the Nexus.
Mm.
And then they did the whole anonymous Raw general manager.
Oh, don't get me started on that shit. Ding, ding, ding.
Then Michael Cole had the laptop.
It was Hornswoggle the whole time from under the ring.
That was stupid. I mean, it would have made sense like if it was like the Nexus or something, like taking over Raw, be like, yeah, we were the anonymous Raw general manager trying to give us all the power.
I'm still baffled that he's not in WWE.
Who?
Hornswoggle, they love him.
He signed a Legends deal.
I know that.
He signed a Legends deal with them.
I know that, but I'm just shocked he doesn't do more. Like Stephanie literally adores the shit out of Dylan. Did you watch his interview on her podcast?
No.
She talks like he's one of her favorite people in the world. Like she
do you remember
she literally loves and adores the crap out of him.
Do you remember the skit of like he was Vince McMahon's son?
Oh, trust me, we don't forget that.
But do you remember like when they were like building up to that and they were like doing the whole riddles and stuff and they were saying like, well, I guess if you're not, and it's like, well, I guess if you're not Caucasian, you gotta leave. So see you, Shelton. See you, Mark.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man,
that's a Vince segment if we ever had one. But no, that led to fucking JBL and Finley at WrestleMania, where JBL just whooked that trash can right at Swoggle. Holy shit! No, they make fun of that in the Stephanie interview where she's like, "Oh, I guess technically you're my brother."
And then they also like to play games, and then everybody was looking at Triple H and Triple H's like, I don't like this any more than you do. Then they said Hornswoggle when Triple H starts dying of laughter.
Yeah, no, it was dumb but funny as hell at the same time.
I thought it was just really funny at the start where Vince's like, well, guess if you're not Caucasian, you gotta leave. And he starts going, well, Mark, see ya. Shelton, see ya. So yeah, that was a Vince segment, if anything.
Oh yeah. So moving forward with Raw, Jackie Redmond interviewed Io Sky backstage. She said that she may have lost to Jade Cargill on SmackDown, but she didn't regret going into the match. She was doing it for her friend. Asuka and Kairi then showed up. They talked trash. She told Kairi, you don't have to listen to Asuka. Asuka then yelled at Kairi, oh no, don't listen to her. And you would have thought that they were going to announce their setup right here, Asuka and Io. But then Asuka was just like, you know what, Kairi? You fight Io tonight. And yeah.
Someone asked, wasn't it supposed to be Mr. Kennedy as as Vince's son? Is what they mean.
There was always a rumor that he had the Kennedy name because he was supposed to eventually be revealed as related to Vince or something. But no, I don't think so.
Honestly, like Mr. Kennedy, he was the guy that I thought could have been pushed to the moon.
Kennedy.
I remember. I totally forgot this. This dude had a rivalry match with the Undertaker. Not many people do that anymore. Like that, at least back then.
Yeah, no. I know it was supposed to be the illegitimate son. Like at one point, his name was pitched for it, and then I don't remember exactly why they ended up not doing him. I just remember it all happened around the Benoit stuff, and it was dropped pretty quickly.
Well, yeah, the whole like funeral for Vince thing that was dropped because of the Benoit stuff.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to do like a Vince McMahon tribute, but instead they did
No, because Vince blew himself up in the limo.
Yeah, I remember that because but then they had to like put that segment away because they had to have Vince like talk about the Benoit stuff.
But moving forward, we had a 6-man tag It was the Usos and LA Knight versus the MFTs, Solo Sikoa, JC Mateo, Tamgaloa. Tamatonga shows up later. Not much really happens in this match, if I'm going to be completely honest. Jey Uso went for a suicide dive early, but Solo caught him, drove him into the announce table. Tamatonga then shows up from behind the barricade in the crowd. He confronted Solo and Tonga. This distraction led to LA Knight hitting a BFT on Tongaloa, I think it was, and picking up the victory in a 6.5-minute match. Not much to it. And I said it on SmackDown, on the SmackDown review, and I'll say it again here. I so hope they split, at least split off Tamatonga and let him be the freaking great, cool, suave, badass Tamatonga from New Japan. The one that, and yeah, I even said this. I think they could do him challenging if Cody eventually, like, if Cody is champion, Tamatonga should challenge him and bring up, hey, remember when I had a club and I kicked you out because you thought you were all too elite? They got history. Him and Tamatonga, and I think that match would be fantastic. If you want to
I think they're gonna have him split from the MFTs on Friday during their match. Like
this, yeah. Is it a street fight or is it just regular 8-man? I think it's a street fight.
Yeah. It's a 8-man street fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think the 4 people from the MFTs is going to be Solo, JC Mateo, Tamatonga, and Talatonga.
I think they announced that, yeah.
And then, yeah, I think Solo's probably going to want help from Tamatonga, but Tamatonga's probably just going to walk away.
I can see it. I think he should go on his own and be a singles. Whether they do the singles thing with him or him and Tongaloa become Gorillas of Destiny, I think he needs to.
I personally think him and Jacob Fatu could be a really good tag team.
Why Jacob, though? Jacob's perfect on his own. He don't need a team. Jacob Fatu, all gas, no brakes, you know what I mean? No, keep him by himself.
I just think the MFTs just need to be done because I think that group like reached their peak.
100%. Also, here's the sad part. What happens to JC Mateo? Oh, Jeff Cobb, though.
You think him and Talatonga could be a cool tag team?
Yeah. I think that's the route they should go.
And poor Solo's going to be on his own, probably going to lose a lot.
But
I mean, that's probably what I think they're going to do with him because I think they're just kind of lost with Solo. They don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, I see that. But I'm big on Tamatonga. I've always been a Tamatonga fan. He was always one of my favorite guys in New Japan. And I feel like, no, he'll never win the WWE Championship or anything. But I think he would be a great challenger to Cody, especially if they want to vaguely bring up their history. I was there that night when they kicked Cody and the Elite out of the Bullet Club. They had their Papa Haku there with them and everything.
Yeah, it was basically everybody in Bullet Club kicked out the Elite.
After Kenny and Cody had that ladder match.
I mean, I've always been a big fan of Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah.
Like they're one of the best tag teams ever outside WWE.
What you do is you tell Tamatonga, go home for a couple months, grow the hair out, grow the beard back out, come back as the badass that had, I'm going to be honest, he kind of had like a Razor Ramon vibe to him a little bit at times. Probably because he did like the surf walk sometimes for his entrance, but regardless. I always compared him.
Well, he used to do the yeah.
I always compared him. I said he was the Randy Orton of New Japan. I used to say that all the time. But anyways, LA Knight gets the win here.
Do you
move on?
I see a lot of people comparing Miles Bourne as like the new, like the young Randy Orton. Do you think? Could you see that?
No, it's all because he said Randy Orton was his favorite wrestler. And then, like, his look is kind of like Randy Orton. And then, like, they did
his look is like a young Randy Orton.
Not even young. I don't even know. He's good, and we can see him he's getting better. But I don't know.
I just don't think he'd ever get that Randy Orton treatment on the main roster.
No.
Maybe. Never know, but.
I mean, if they really want to go.
I think he's one of those guys who's probably going to stay in NXT for a while.
I know this is going to sound bad. But if they want the PR push of the deaf guy getting the big opportunity, Vince was there, I could see him doing it just for the PR of it all. That's why Stephanie almost signed Crazy Steve, because he's half blind or whatever, and they wanted to push a blind guy in NXT.
He was blind, and he wrestled wearing contacts to help him see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Stephanie really wanted Crazy Steve, but then WWE passed on him.
Yep. They then talked to Jelly Roll about his favorite WrestleMania moment. It was Rock and Hogan from WrestleMania 18 in Toronto. There was one more, or I don't know who it was, but somebody said their favorite moment was WrestleMania 40, Cody and Roman. Couldn't believe Undertaker appeared, and yeah. Then we had Gunther and Seth Rollins. Gunther entered for a promo, but like earlier segment with Vakir and Morgan, he was immediately attacked by Seth. Seth then grabbed the mic and was like, "Why are you doing this? Why do you want to fight me? Blah, blah, blah. I want answers." Rollins said Gunther jumped him 2 weeks in a row. So tonight, that's the receipt. Rollins said, if this really was personal for Gunther, like he claims it is, and not just you want something from Heyman, come back to the ring and tell me why you want to fight me in Mania. Gunther then walked back down and said, "Give me a mic. I'll tell you." Got in the ring and got into Rollins' face. Gunther said that he was indeed solving Heyman's problem, but he was also doing it with a smile on his face because Rollins was pissing him off. Rollins strutted around like he was the best in the world, but he really wasn't. Gunther's the best there is. And Rollins never wanted to find that out. He said when he was the world champion, Rollins didn't seek him out. Instead, Rollins became a useful idiot for Paul Heyman. WrestleMania was personal for him because he wanted to expose the fraud of Seth Rollins, the man who couldn't even lace his boots. They butted heads before exchanging blows. Rollins got the better of the brawl and tried to go for a curb stomp, but Gunther got away. Go. It was a good segment. I thought both men worked well.
I mean, I will say this, like this is going to be a really good match at Mania. I'm actually excited for it. I just don't like the build.
Exactly. Same here.
Because like I was like, because I've always been like, oh, this match, whenever they do this match, it's going to be really good because these two will work really well together.
Yep.
But I just don't like the build. I really don't.
Yeah, me neither.
It's really just their plans for Mania got changed due to injury. So like, well, let's just have them wrestle each other.
Yep. Exactly. And Ray's cleared. Well, actually, fucking Braun Breaker's cleared too.
I think they're just not trying to like rush Breaker though.
No, they don't want Breaker versus Rollins with like a 2-3 week build. They want that to actually be like a long fleshed out storyline. Dominic Mysterio was in Adam Pearce's office. He was basically complaining that he's got to fight the Demon, and also complaining that his dad gets a shot at his Intercontinental Championship. He basically said, "You're just gonna do what's been told to you. Your dad's a Hall of Famer. He's getting an opportunity that he deserves. Get out of my office." And Dom was all pissed off and left. We then had Io Sky versus Kairi Sane. Asuka at ringside. Match at about 10 minutes. About a minute and a half, 2 minutes in, they went to a break. Afterwards, Asuka and Sky played tug of war with Sane until Asuka forcefully let go. Sane collided with Sky as a result. At one point, Sane distracted the referee after being knocked off the top rope, allowing Asuka to shove Sky into the ring post. This made a loud thud sound, but Jessica Carr had to play dumb like she didn't hear it. Eventually, they just all beat up on Sky. She was dead. Rhea ran down to her music, hit Asuka with a headbutt, but was attacked from behind by Jade Cargill. Sky then wiped out Cargill in response. Sky went to the top rope, but with the referee distracted for at least the third time in this match, I want to say, Asuka tripped her off the top rope. Sane applied a small package and rolled her up for the win. 1, 2, 3. I mean, it was fine. I mean, it was a decent, passable TV match that I felt just almost a little too much win on. What'd you think?
I mean, it was all right. That's really all I can say.
Yeah.
Someone said, did you see Kenny come back? He said he came back from injury like too fast, which I'm assuming the diverticulitis.
Well, yeah. I never heard him say that.
Apparently, there was an interview where like he basically said he came back like too soon from diverticulitis.
Yeah, I never heard of or saw that one.
Which I will say this, they need to stop rushing wrestlers from coming back too soon from injury.
Well,
I will say that.
That's kind of a different one because it's not like a broken bone or a torn muscle where it's like the doctor knows it's healed up and this and
Do you
that.
remember like when Adam Cole like broke his leg? He like his recovery like was like longer than expected because they kept having him travel like while he was injured.
Yeah, but the diverticulitis is a completely different thing. Sometimes you don't even like the doctor will give you the clear, but you don't even know how you're going to be till you actually go out there and do it. You know, Brock Lesnar had it twice when he was in the UFC, and that's why he eventually quit UFC. He's like, "Yeah, my wife asked me to stop after one last fight." I actually said, "My hot ass wife." But yeah,
I don't see anything of Sable anymore.
No. But Brock had it twice. I think almost died from it once. Moving forward, the video package hyping up AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. Triple H and Adam Pearce had entered the ring and called out Oba Femi. Oba came down to the ring, but then, well, Paul Heyman showed up. No Brock, just Paul. Heyman said that he's never seen someone come across as the biggest star in the industry as fast as Femi. He knew when he was safe, and he knew when he was not. And he knew Femi was a violent man. That was also the thing Heyman liked about him the most. He was the most violent man to come to WWE since, well, Brock Lesnar. I thought when he said that, Brock was going to come out, but he didn't. He said he was the fastest rising star since Lesnar. He was the most impressive athlete, fighter, and combat athlete. Heyman's sentence was then cut off by the crowd, continued to loudly chant for Oba Femi. Heyman informed them that it would all come to an end, though, WrestleMania Sunday. It would all come crashing down to Suplex City with a big F5 from Brock Lesnar. Heyman said Femi would have to rebuild his career after WrestleMania. And that, well, my door is always open. Femi then took a mic and said that it was taking everything in his being to not go out there and beat up Paul Heyman pillar to post. The crowd chanted, beat his ass, beat his ass. Femi wasn't interested because the physical scars that he would put on Paul Heyman, they would heal. He wants the emotional scars of beating a Brock Lesnar to last forever. Femi told Heyman, close your door, because the only door Femi wants open is the door at WrestleMania. Femi said that Heyman thought no one could beat Brock Lesnar because of the past 25 years, but over the past 4 weeks, Femi showed that he absolutely can beat the beast. It wasn't personal for Femi. It was business. It wasn't business as usual, because this was different. He could feel it. Heyman can feel it, and the fans can feel it. This would be the end of Brock Lesnar. Femi said that Heyman has always been there with Brock as his mouthpiece, but he has never been an honest man. If Heyman were honest, he would have come out there and announced that his client was scared of Oba Femi. It was the mountain that Lesnar can't climb. And he will learn that at WrestleMania, Oba Femi will win. Femi was the one and always was. Everyone knew it. And at WrestleMania, Heyman will know it too. I thought Oba Femi was fucking great here with this promo.
Oh, yeah.
He had to say some stupid written lines. Like some of it wasn't all that great. But his delivery was really good.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually going to save this for predictions. We'll save for predictions.
Then we got Liv Morgan's Terrible Trouble. And trust me, I'm not the only one saying. I'm not the only one saying. We're not the only ones saying that. I literally saw, I think it was on F4W Online, one of their writers wrote like, it was terrible, basically. I think that's maybe where I got the line Terrible Trouble. I'll just say it. Then we had a tag match. It was Javon Evans and Dragon Lee versus Rusev and JD McDonough. There was a couple cool spots here during a commercial break. Evans had a frog splash with Rusev positioned more than halfway across the ring, so he flew. There was another impressive spot when Dragon Lee had a hot tag. Lee leapt over the top rope and used a Hurricane Rana to yank McDonough off the apron onto Rusev. That was cool. Lee hit a snap German suplex, but McDonough responded with a Spanish fly. Evans then broke up the cover and wiped out Rusev with a dive. Lee then followed this up moments later with a Styles clash, which was really cool, on McDonough and pinned him 1, 2, 3. Hey, I wouldn't be opposed of that being Dragon Lee's new finish, the Styles clash. What do you think
Just
of the match?
basically like in honor of AJ.
Yeah. What did you think of the match?
I mean, the match was good. I thought the post match was honestly kind of cool.
Yeah. So Rusev attacks Lee and Evans. Ray then comes out, attacks Rusev, hits him with a 619. But Rusev cut it off, though, with a clothesline. Penta then comes out next. Rusev then cut him off with a Machka kick. Rusev laid out everybody, minus McDonough. And then put Dragon Lee, I think it was, in the accolade and stood tall. Nice little brawl with everybody. I think this ladder match is going to be a banger, as they say.
Surprised this isn't kicking off like night 1 or night 2.
No, it's going to be the second match of night 2. It's in the first hour. But again, ESPN wants Brock the first thing you see. Like, they want Brock starting night 2. Because they think Brock is a mainstream guy from UFC and he's the fighter. He's the whole thing. The whole thing. So Danhausen was with Adam Pearce. Danhausen assumed Pearce was on the phone with John Cena. And he's like, I want to see him. I want to meet him. I'm like, I see him at WrestleMania. You think I'll actually be able to see him? And there was like, I don't know. It was a lot. I didn't really write many notes. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head because it was just a lot. He made some "you can't see me" jokes, and then said maybe I can see him, but I can't see him on the phone. Then we talked to John, and he just wouldn't, and then he disappeared. I don't know what the hell this was. Danhausen literally they told us that we're getting a Danhausen John Cena segment at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, do you know what? Do you know what I could totally see happen? Danhausen asked for like either from Pierce or Nick Aldis a world title match. They say no, then like he cursed the GM. Could you imagine? Do you think that could ever happen? He cursed either Pierce or Nick Aldis?
Yeah,
or both of them.
Eventually. You see when he double cursed Kit Wilson on SmackDown and the pyro went off?
Yeah.
That's always a tricky thing to do with the pyro that close to the wrestler.
Because you don't want to hurt him with it.
Well, if it goes astray at all, coming out of the turnbuckle there with him right there, like, oof. I will say, though,
maybe.
I mean, you can only practice it so much because that pyro is not cheap. You can only practice it so much. But I will say that was the better turnbuckle pyro than that goddamn barbed wire match in AEW. Because this pyro actually, instead of fountain, that's still some of the worst fucking shit. That fucking explosion. Anyways, main event time. Main event segment, I guess you would call it. I did not like this.
I love Danhausen tries to curse John Cena.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to get a John Cena Danhausen segment where he tries to curse him at Mania, but then he's like, you're cursed. Wait, where'd you go? I can't see you. Or something. He's going to do something with that because they played up the can I see him or not thing. So, yeah, I did not like the CM Punk Roman Reigns segment. It felt very weird and awkward. They kept complimenting each other and apologizing to each other. Basically, Punk said he was jealous of Roman's title reign. Roman said he was jealous of Punk's relationship with the fans. It was, what the fuck was all this? So let's just Roman enters. So Sacramento, acknowledge me. CM Punk then comes out through the crowd. Slapped hands with a bunch of fans. Punk then stood atop the announce table so he could address Roman. And I'm like, okay. I also forgot to mention earlier, there was like a cold open segment thing before the show actually started with Roman narrating it and then talking and stuff. So Punk mentions that. He basically said that Roman sounded like he was doing a political smear campaign. Punk wanted to tell his truth, though. The fans be witness to this. Reigns could be the judge. Punk wanted Reigns to tell him when he was telling lies. And he kind of overdid that line. Tell me when I'm telling lies. And then he'd say something. Tell me when I'm lying. And then he'd say something. Tell me when I'm telling lies. I'm like, come on, guy. You got more lines than that. You're CM Punk. Punk then made his way up the steps and started his promo while standing on the apron. Punk said that he hated Roman because he envied him. This was all he ever wanted. This was the only dream he had since he was a kid. He envied that it was handed to Roman. He hated that Roman was champion for 1,316 days because after some self-reflection, Punk knew how hard Roman actually worked for it. In the history books, we talk about legacy. They wouldn't ask how. They would ask how many. Punk hated the number 1,316. He hated how many times Roman Reigns main evented WrestleMania, which this year I think number 11. He hated that he felt this way. That Sika was a great man, a great wrestler, a great champion, and a Hall of Famer. Punk loved and respected the old timers. He hated the fact that he invoked Reigns' father's name in vain and, quote, sincerely, I apologize to you. Punk then finally entered the ring and went face to face with Roman. Punk said that there was more than one royal family in professional wrestling, and he hated and he envied that he wasn't born into a dynasty, a royal family. He didn't know what it was like to have that kind of a family. Punk was born in the backyards, the back alleys of Chicago and Sacramento, California, where they were tonight. He said he was a misfit, but to find his own family, found it on the streets. He found his family in the locker rooms of VFW halls, dilapidated Midwest barns, bowling alleys, and abandoned churches. Punk found his family on the Indies. Then he conquered Japan. He went to England, Puerto Rico. He went around the world twice. He wasn't born on third base with a silver spoon. He busted his ass and made a pro wrestling his home, made them his family. Punk hated that he felt this way, or that he had to share anything with Roman Reigns, including his first singles match main eventing WrestleMania. Just like he had a gold on his shoes and around his waist, April 19th, there would be gold above his head with the blood-caked face. With his blood-caked face when their match was over, with Las Vegas chanting his name. Roman's turn to speak. He said, that's probably the truest stuff that Punk has ever said until the last part. Reigns wanted to say something true too. I hate you, Punk. He hated him for a long time. The main reason he hated him was because of his relationship with the fans. Roman hoped that when he left, the fans would miss him so much that they would say his name for 10 years. That was the truest thing Punk had, the relationship with the fan base. No one could take that from him. But on Sunday, that was Punk's truth, but not reality. Reality was that Punk's time is up. He had months to be relevant. This was a nostalgia experiment, and the experiment was done. We would fix this mess that Punk has started. They would make this place where it had been before Punk returned, at the very top, worth every single dollar. On Sunday, the tribal chief takes over, and Punk, although with the rest of the world, will acknowledge him. They stared each other down, and the show went off the air. I mean, the promos were fine, but the whole segment and them like, oh, I envy you. I wish I was you at times, and I let's and that, and I was like, it's kind of meh. What'd you think?
It was kind of meh.
Yeah.
I honestly like thought of an hilarious Danhausen segment they could like potentially do.
What?
So let's say he's trying to curse Miz, but like when he does the like curse, like Miz holds up a mirror and it bounces back at Danhausen.
Oh man, I kind of like that.
And like something bad happens to Danhausen.
That'd be funny.
That I'm like, dog. Like, this would be a perfect Danhausen Miz segment.
Well, technically, he's already cursed Miz.
Danhausen could just take the curse away from himself, like, right after.
Right. With all of that, we're going to check the polls here really fast before we get into our WrestleMania predictions. Or as the polls do go, we're refreshing them right now. The Threads poll, 69% liked the show, 19% thought it was just all right, and 12% didn't like it. Well, that's interesting. I'm on the wrong Twitter account. I'm on my personal, not the PWU one. There we go. As far as the Twitter poll does go, 58% like the show, 25% didn't like the show, and 16% thought it was just all right. Looking at the community poll, 75% like the show, 12% thought it was just all right, 12% didn't like it. And finally, the live poll here, 76% liked the show, 18% thought it was just all right, and 6% didn't like it. Now, with all of that, we've got WrestleMania predictions. WrestleMania does come to us this Saturday and Sunday, April 18th, April 19th from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. 13 matches have been announced for the show, 7 for night 1, 6 for night 2. So let's jump in and talk about these matches and who we think will be coming out victorious. So as far as the show does go, first off, opening night 1, it's a 6-man tag team match. We will see the team of the Usos and LA Knight taking on the World Tag Team Champions, The Vision, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul with I Show Speed. Who do you got winning this opener of WrestleMania?
I'd say give it to the baby faces. So that way, it could lead to the Usos getting a rematch for the tag titles.
You don't think I Show Speed gets the win here?
No.
Cool speed moment on ESPN2. Remember, first hour of night 1 will air live on ESPN2.
They could already get a cool speed moment without him winning.
True.
Got a cool speed moment when you got eliminated from the Rumble that one year, remember?
Oh, that was fucking great. That was great.
Where he took that spear from Braun Breaker.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to write down our predictions as well. You say baby faces. I'm going to say heels because some sort of I Show Speed moment. I think Speed pins LA Knight by accident or something. Like he lucks into it. Like he gets knocked onto LA. I don't know. I think something happens where I Show Speed actually ends up the winner because everything he's done has been accidental.
He accidentally pins LA Knight, and then they do Speed versus LA Knight at Backlash.
Oh, I don't know about LA. I don't know about Speed having an actual match, like a singles match. I don't know about that. But moving forward here, in the next match on night 2, it's an unsanctioned match. It's also on ESPN2. It's Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. Now, in my heart, I would love to see Jacob Fatu pick up the win here. But I honestly think Drew needs it more. After putting that title on Drew and then taking it right off of him, I think I'm going to say Drew McIntyre. Who do you got?
As much as I want Jacob Fatu to win, I don't think it's going to happen.
You think
it's probably going to be Drew.
And also, just so you guys know, I haven't looked at any, what's it called? I haven't looked at any betting odds, so I don't know who's favored or not. Moving forward, first title match for the Women's Tag Team Championships on the line is the Irresistible Forces defending against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. The Bellas, if they're cleared, Nikki, that is, and Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. You know, if the Bellas are in this match, I think the Bellas win, but I'm going to go Bellas are not in this match. Bayley and Lyra for the win.
Yeah, I got Bayley and Lyra as well because there's already a story in this. Think about it. Last year, they were supposed to compete, but Bayley got storyline injured. But now this year, I think they actually have won it.
I agree. Moving forward, also on night 1, Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Who do you got?
I think it could be Gunther.
You think Gunther wins? Now, this is not a, so everyone knows, not a Seth's career's on the line kind of thing. Gunther doesn't end careers in every match.
But what if Gunther wins by Braun Breaker returning and screwing over Seth?
I mean, that's possible. I think you save Breaker for Monday. I think you save Breaker for Raw. I'm going to say Seth. I don't want Gunther to lose. I'm going to say Seth. You're going Gunther? I'm going Seth. You're going Gunther.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
going
go
Seth.
Gunther.
All right. I'm going Seth. Next up on night 1, we've got for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, we've got AJ Lee defending against Becky Lynch. Who do you got coming out the IC champion?
This is a tough one. Man. I could totally see them having Becky win just to put the belt back on Becky. But I'm going to go AJ.
You go AJ? I'm going Becky. I'm going Becky for the fact of we don't know how much AJ's actually going to work. We don't know how much AJ's doing. So you put that title back on Becky, who's actually around. I'm going Becky. Next up, also on night 1, women's title on the line, Women's World Championship, that is. We've got Stephanie Vicaire versus newly minted pop star Liv Morgan. As far as who wins this match, so you know, with this match, Stephanie Vicaire now has something in common with Brock Lesnar.
What?
Her first Mania is a title match.
Well, Brock's was a main event.
True. It was also a title match, so they technically got that in common. Their first Manias, they fought for a belt. But regardless.
Wait. Oh, never mind. I think Liv Morgan's going to win.
Yeah. Something tells me Liv that I don't like saying this, but I feel like Stephanie's title reign, and it's nothing on her, it's the booking, has been lackluster.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these women title reigns have been very lackluster.
Yeah. I just feel like they don't do enough with them. Like, as far as like having them defend their titles. It's just not enough title defenses, in my opinion. And then, also on night 1, the main event of night 1, it's Randy Orton challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Randy will have Pat McAfee, as CM Punk likes to call him, in his corner. I'm going to say it right now. RKO, Randy Orton, new WWE champion. Who do you got?
I got Randy. I think they're going to do the whole thing. I think Randy's going to win. They'll probably have Cody do a redemption match at SummerSlam where Cody will win the belt back.
I really think they're doing the damn same storyline as last year.
Probably.
You also think Randy holds it that long till SummerSlam? All summer long?
I could see it. Dude, honestly, it's not a bad idea. They could do like the tag match. If the rumored tag match is like Randy and Pat versus Cody and Jelly Roll, they could have a Randy and Pat win. They could do a storyline of Cody taking time off. And I could totally see them doing some matches of Cody versus of Randy versus like a Jacob Fatu for the belt. Like, what's another one that they could do?
I'd have to look at the SmackDown roster. Let's pull it up real fast.
Randy versus Sammy. That's another one.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, yeah, no, I can see that. Here, let me go. I got the SmackDown roster here. It is what the? Oh shit! The Shawn Michaels documentary is out on Peacock. I forgot about that. They've been teasing it. Randy and Aleister Black.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, they teased that a lot. Ooh, we got a new Damian Priest render with a WWE WWE Tag Team Championships. That's one, Damian Priest. Oh man, this Truth render, him bald with the title. Oh man, this just looks weird. Hold on.
Yeah, I got Randy winning.
Yeah, me too. As far as challenges for Randy, like you were saying, looking. You think maybe, I doubt it, they have Cardona challenge him?
No. I mean, unless it's on a SmackDown.
Yeah. All I really see is like Damian Priest, but he's tag champ right now. Black makes the most sense as the challenger over the summer. Black, Drew, and Jacob. Go
I
for it.
forgot about this. I forgot about this person because they've been out for a while. When's Kevin Owens come back?
Nobody knows.
What if he came back this summer and came back to challenge Randy? He's like, we were supposed to have a match for a while ago, but it never happened.
Exactly. It would be perfect. It would be perfect. It'd be one of those where it's like, I'd be a hypocrite because I would say put him right into a title match, but the story is there because the last match he was supposed to have was a big match against Randy. But then I'd be a hypocrite because I literally just said Camille was gone for a year and a half and immediately gets a title shot. What the fuck? So, yeah, not the same thing at all. But moving forward, that is night 1. Moving forward into night 2 of WrestleMania. The first hour of night 2 will air live on ESPN, as Michael called it, ESPN proper, and kick off with Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi. I'm torn. I don't know who wins this.
I'm just gonna go Oba because I feel like they're like they're pushing Oba hard in this one.
But what about that rumor that Brock doesn't want to lose?
Who cares? Give it to Oba.
You gonna go Oba?
Yeah, I'll go Oba.
You know what? I so don't know that I'm flipping a coin. Where is my lucky coin? So I have.
Because I feel like if you have Oba lose, then I just don't think you could take him serious in big moments like this.
I think you can. You can rehab him pretty easily. With that, though, I have this coin here. Probably can't see what it is. Hold on. When I bought Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch, it came with a coin. So I'm going to flip it. Heads is Brock. Tails is Oba. Because I literally can't pick. We're going best 2 out of 3. 1 for Oba. 1 for Brock. This fucking thing. Next flip is my pick. Oba. Coin has it, and this coin, don't get me twisted. This coin is magic. It has saved a lot of freaking arguments in my house with my kids. It is the end all be all. So I'm going Oba. Next up, also on night 2, on ESPN, is a 6-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship with Penta defending against Rey Mysterio, Rusev, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, and JD McDonough. I think Javon Evans should win the IC title here. I'm going Javon.
You think it's Javon? Honestly, the way they did what they did with Rusev tonight, just making him look like a dominant powerhouse.
That's why it's not Rusev. You know the rule.
Honestly, yeah. I also kind of want Penta to retain it because it's I don't think we've ever had a ladder match where it's like a multi-person ladder match where a title's on the line and the person retained.
Well, I think we have. I just can't think of one. Well, no. I was trying to think of the last title ladder match at Mania. That was probably, when was the last one? Probably 32, huh? When Zack Ryder won.
It was 32 when Zack Ryder won.
A decade
that ladder
ago.
Match was
a decade ago.
That ladder match was built around to have Maurice return.
Well, the next night, not that night.
They could have just done that at Mania, just had Maurice return, had Miz win.
Well, no, they wanted that cool moment of Zack Ryder and then celebrating with his dad, and then he got to take the picture with Razor or Scott Hall. Who do you got winning?
I'm just gonna play it safe and go Penta.
You say Penta retains. Gotcha. Moving.
Imagine both of us are wrong and they have Ray win.
Oh, then you get Ray versus Dom for the IC title. Because that is next.
And then they had Finn screw over Dom.
Demon Finn Balor versus the Mega Champion, or however you say it, Dominic Mysterio.
Demon Finn Balor. I think he needs it way more.
100%. I think Demon Finn wins. I'm going to go Finn Balor as well. Finn needs some redemption. Finn needs some R&R and some rejuvenation, and he just needs some fucking wins. This next one, okay, right now, It's a no-brainer. It's the U.S. title on the line. It's Sami Zayn defending against Lemon Pepper Stepper. Big Willie, Trick Williams. Trick Williams winning this goddamn match.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. It's Trick Williams. They're pushing Trick hard in this.
Also, I think Sami Zayn's been listening to my SmackDown reviews.
Why?
Because he said the literal exact same thing I've been saying for months about Trick Williams. That he sounds like a goddamn He didn't say goddamn. I say goddamn. He said, Trick, you sound like a 1970s pimp every time you talk on the mic. What have I said since he came to the main roster? Trick sounds like Sugar Bear from Starsky and Hutch, a 1970s pimp. Trick wins the belt.
I'm sure a lot of other people have been saying that as well.
I know, it's just a joke because I literally say it every SmackDown review. Moving forward, not as easily predictable as the WWE Women's Championship. Jade Cargill defending against Rhea Ripley. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go Rhea. I think Jade's reign as women's champion has been very lackluster.
Oh, I wouldn't even go that far. I would say it sucked.
It sucked. It sucked. I think fans are tired of it. Put the belt on Rhea. Give us something new.
Is this seventh title match in a row at Mania for Rhea? Is it 7? I think
every Mania match she's been in has always been a title match.
I think we did the math last week. It's 6 or 7. Because it's
6, 7.
Oh Lord. You can go get that Javon Evans 6'7" T-shirt.
I had to.
Hey, they got a Javon.
I didn't get the T-shirt, but I had to.
I know.
I had to do the thing.
You know, if you go on Google and you type in 6'7", it wiggles.
No.
Yeah. You go.
Well, I know South Park did a 6'7" episode. It wasn't even an episode. It felt like a movie.
Hold on. Watch. If I can pull this up on the screen. I can get this to load.
Just like 67 or 6 and 7?
No, just 6 space 7. Let's see if I can get this to load real fast.
Oh, yep, it did on mine.
Show the people watching if they didn't know about this.
Hang on.
Oh, hold on. Full screen.
Yep, it should. Hang on.
Do it again.
Let me do it again. You full screened?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. 6.
Oh, your phone might be too bright.
Hang on, let me
your brightness.
Turn down the brightness.
Yeah. It's actually pretty
Better?
funny. A little bit more. Go about half.
How about now?
There you go. That should work. Now do it.
Okay.
Go.
To do it? Oh, hang on. Okay, here we go.
It wiggles. It does the. Oh, so yours did it a little different than mine. Yours is iPhone, huh?
Yeah, I have an iPhone.
Yeah. iPhone was more like a dance kind of. Mine just like more wiggles. Anyways, we're having too much fun with this dumb shit. Anyways, we both say Rhea Ripley picking up the win here. And finally, the true main event. Night 2. Everything on the line. Best in the world. Tribal Chief. CM Punk defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns. I'm saying
this is probably the toughest one to predict.
This might be harder than Brock and Oba.
This is way harder than Brock or Oba. This one can really go either way.
They really can. Like, it can go either way, and I wouldn't be mad either way. Like,
honestly,
as long as the match doesn't suck and there's not some bullshit finish, either decision on who wins, you can't knock it. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I'm just gonna go Punk mainly because like he's consistently there. They don't want to put it back on Roman, where like Roman's only there like once a month.
You mean we're not getting another 1,316 days?
No, we're not. That's never gonna happen like for a good while.
Oh man,
with any superstar.
Unless your name's Athena in ROH. She hit that yet?
She's a forever champion.
Who the fuck knows what they're doing with her? Anyways,
they're probably just like we like her in Ring of Honor because people like her, and Did you hear Tony Khan's like response of why if someone asked why is Athena in Ring of Honor not in AEW because of how great she is?
No.
Apparently Tony gave a pretty bad response. He was like, "Well, I know people think she's really great, but it's like I like to keep her in Ring of Honor, so like you can pay me to see her all the time in Ring of Honor than have her on AEW for watch her for free."
I mean, it's not wrong. He thinks she's a draw to where she can sell Honor Club subscriptions. So I get it. I mean, I kind of get it. But
it's kind of a scummy way, the way he responded.
Yeah, kind of. My prediction here, though, I'm going to go the safe route. CM Punk retains. Again, I could see it going either way. And it's even, here's the thing, it's even harder to predict because fucking Seth won last year. If one of them would have won last year, then you go, oh, you just give it to the other one. But no, goddamn, Seth Rollins won last year. That throws us all off. I'm going to go
Punk. Going to be a double loser.
Right? I'm going to go Punk. Retains the World Heavyweight Championship.
I don't think it's going to hurt Roman, though. That's the thing. I don't think it hurts Roman.
Oh, it doesn't hurt either of them. It doesn't hurt either of them. That's the thing. It doesn't hurt either of them.
Well, either decision, whether if you have Roman win or Punk win, like it's a good decision either way.
Exactly.
But I just want Punk to win because I just don't think Roman needs to win another main event. I mean,
well, like you said, you want the champ to be there, and who knows how long Roman's even going to be back around for.
So I think it's just a safer route just to have Punk win since he's consistently there.
Exactly. With all of that, ladies and gentlemen, that was us talking Monday Night Raw, the card for WrestleMania, and so much more. We went 2 hours here tonight. With that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. But Luke, tell me where they can find you.
You can find me over at Twitter X at Petke_21, and you can also find me over at Twitch at Young Grasshopper Luke.
With that, guys, have a great rest of your night. Have a great week. It's Mania week. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.